Starting my YouTube channel was a lot like that scene in The Last Crusade. You know, the one where Indy has to make it across a dark abyss with no bridge in sight. This leap of faith is exactly how I felt when I was starting my channel. And after going back and forth for a few weeks, on December 27th, 2022, I finally posted my very first YouTube video. After taking that leap of faith, I was really excited to see that a few hundred people had watched my very first video in the first 2 days it was posted. I certainly don't consider myself a YouTube expert at this point, but I did learn a few things that I think people starting a channel might find super helpful. So as I go through chores this morning, I am going to share a few of the things that I learned over the last year from growing my channel from 0 to 35,000 subs. I've narrowed it down to 10 things that really helped me this past year on my YouTube journey. Pretty much every single video I watched about starting a YouTube channel says the hardest part is your first upload. I definitely found this to be true. I was nervous about putting my real life on the internet. I did not have any experience filming or editing videos. I did not use any special equipment for my first couple videos. I just used a GoPro that I borrowed, and then I used my iPhone. I think the first 5 videos I posted also had very minimal editing done to them. I made all of them from videos I had already taken on my phone. I like to keep track of all of my horse's progress with little videos here and there, so I did have enough content to make a video that was a couple minutes long. After posting that first video and getting a few hundred views, I had a lot of confidence and knew that the next video I made I would put a little bit more effort into. I had recently purchased a horse for $25 at an auction, and I knew that horse auction videos were trending pretty high at the time. When I posted my second video, it got a lot of traction pretty quickly. Every day it got a few more thousand views. I do remember when it hit 25,000 views, I had like a little mini panic attack, because in my brain that was just so many people to be watching a video that I had made. When Scarlett's first video started gaining a lot of traction, I felt pretty confident that what I do with these horses when I rehab would be interesting to other people. Since my ultimate goal with my YouTube channel is to, quit my real job and just go around and ride horses all day, I wanted to become monetized as quickly as possible. It made sense to me that if I shared a bunch of shorts, they would get a farther reach than my little videos were getting since I was so new. I started putting together little shorts with Scarlett and some of my cats because cat videos were trending really well at the time. It only took me about a month and a half to get 1,000 subscribers. I wish I would have taken a screenshot of just exactly how many subscribers I was getting from shorts versus my longer videos, but I'm pretty sure that most of them were from my shorts content. Although I did reach my subscriber count fairly quickly, I did have trouble reaching my required watch hours for the monetization. I knew I had to focus more on long form video, but I was really new to the editing and videoing process. I figured that if I did a bunch of videos all in a row and made myself commit to doing it every day, that I could improve my videoing skills and my processes for getting everything edited and posted on my channel quickly. Since my subscribers already seem to be interested in Scarlett, I decided to videotape her every single day for 30 days and follow along with her halter training. Making myself film, edit, and post a video every single day really jump-started my skill set. I tried to learn one new thing every single time I posted a video. When I had started this series, I knew that they probably were not going to get the same amount of views as my other videos were. Even looking back now after almost a year, most of them have less than 1,000 views. After I was done filming the 30 days, I went back to make one video that encompassed everything we did, and that is when I realized I needed to have a better way of organizing all of my footage. This is something that I am still working on. The computer that I use to make the videos doesn't have a whole lot of storage, so it fills up pretty quickly. Most of my footage is now on an external drive, but it is still not very organized, so that's something that I hope to fix a little bit more this coming year. After making a video every day for 30 days, I felt a lot more prepared to tell some better stories through my channel. I had originally wanted the channel just to be me going around to the auctions I visit and showing people what to look for and how to pick out a nice horse. I made a handful of videos just doing what I normally do and explaining it to the camera, and these auction videos did extremely well. The first video I made got around 100,000 views in 2 weeks, which was crazy. The next month when I made a video, it got about 20,000 views in 2 weeks. And then I made another one a month later and it got around 80,000 views in 2 weeks. It was really exciting because I was seeing a lot of people at the horse auction coming just because they saw my video wanting to buy these horses. And they pushed me over the threshold for the number of watch hours I needed to finally be approved for the partner program and start making income from my videos. I was feeling extremely optimistic about the growth of my channel and what I could get done if the same amount of people kept watching the videos I was putting out. Unfortunately, not long after I posted my last video, I got a call from the auction manager from that horse sale. I had thought I was being compliant with their video policy, but as it turns out, they do not allow any videoing of any kind on the sale yard. My subs loved these videos and I was planning on making a bunch more. So I was a little bit bummed that I wouldn't be able to go there and film anymore. At this point, I had reached 7,500 subscribers and I had finally had a day where I got paid for my videos. I do remember, however, feeling really discouraged that the plans I had for my channel were not gonna be possible. I really hadn't felt like quitting in the first 6 months of the channel, but at this point in time I was really discouraged because I didn't think that people would want to watch me just doing regular things with my horses. Now I think it's really important to be open to changing the direction of your channel. Trends come and go, so it's always important to know when to pivot. While the auction process can be very interesting and exciting, bringing the horses home and rehabbing them is my favorite part. A few days after I got the phone call from the sale barn, I also got a phone call from a friend who had a pony that needed a lot of help. I decided to take on the pony and run her through my rehab program for 30 days, and I made a little video about her. I was still figuring out the editing thing and adjusting the sound and the voiceover on my videos. I was a little bit discouraged when her video only got about 10,000 views in 3 months. I thought the video overall was pretty good and she was a super cute pony, so I just couldn't understand why people weren't watching it. It wasn't until 4 months after I posted the video that I decided to change the thumbnail. Once I changed the thumbnail, the video started gaining traction and it doubled in views in a couple days, and it has been going up ever since. I know people talk about how important the thumbnail is, but I just didn't realize until that video that I could change it even months after I made the video and still increase the views by a ton. Currently, that video has almost 200,000 views, and I'm so glad I changed the thumbnail and people were able to see that little pony's story. I continued to make videos I thought people would like to watch, but none of them really got the views that I was looking for. I was extremely busy in September and didn't really have time to make videos. So instead, I just took footage of things that I had already planned, and those videos did really well. Most of them were getting about 20,000 views in 2 weeks, and that was a pretty good number of views for me at the time. I do live in Montana, so I was coming up on the hardest time of year for me to make videos. With that in mind, I went back through some of the footage of a few of the horses that I currently have and their stories of how I got them and their rehab process. These videos have done really well. I think the fact that they have a very clear beginning, middle, and end helps people watch them all the way through. One of the unintended consequences I had of making those types of videos is people got really interested in following along with the horses and seeing how they were doing every day. One of the most unexpected things that happened this last year was just the sheer number of people that wanted to see the really boring part of what I do day in and day out. I really had never planned on doing any real vlog style videos just because I thought they would be too boring and people wouldn't want to watch them. But when winter rolled around and I wasn't going to any horse sales or riding the horses very much, it was kind of my only option to keep the channel going. I am really glad I did a bunch of videos like that because it let me explain a little bit more about what I do with the horses. I think it also really helped my viewers understand what kind of person I am and how I operate. After doing a bunch of these videos, it's nice that my regular viewers have favorite horses they like to keep track of and they ask how they're doing. Which brings me to my last tip and the one that I was the most worried about when I very first started my YouTube channel. And that is to just ignore the haters. I feel extremely lucky that most of my subs are super supportive and they really enjoy what I do with the horses. But every once in a while I will get an extremely hateful comment from someone that has obviously never watched more than a few seconds of one of my videos. I do still read and try and respond to all of the comments made on my videos. Something I hadn't realized about YouTube before I started my channel is that it's pretty easy to erase negative comments. They also have a pretty accurate filter for really offensive comments left on your videos. I have subscribers of all ages on my channel, so that is something that I really appreciate. I am a very drama-free person and I plan on keeping my channel that way as well. I am a little bit nervous to see how that changes as my channel grows. I am very quickly coming up on 36,000 subscribers and I feel like this is kind of the time where the channel is still at a manageable level, but in a few months I think it might be a little bit more overwhelming for me. But out of the tens of thousands of comments that I've got over the last year, there's only been a handful that have been really negative. Thinking back to when I started my channel, it was probably the #1 fear I had. And now it seems pretty silly that I even gave it a second thought when I posted that first video. I hope this video really helped give you guys some ideas of things that might help you grow your channel. And for all my regular viewers, thank you so much for watching and stay tuned for the next one.